The 2024 Formula One season set a new record. It was the first season in the sport's history in which the driver lineup at the start of the season was exactly the same as that at the end of the previous one. 2025 is set to shake the teams up significantly, with several high-profile moves announced and many drivers leaving the grid altogether. But who are the rookies that are replacing them, and how did they get there? Let's take a look at the new faces on the grid in 2025. Oliver Bearman is first on the list of new drivers in 2025. The 19-year-old is currently racing for Prima in Formula 2. The young Bearman made his competitive racing debut in 2013 in karting. Within a few years, he had managed to get a respectable second-place finish in the Super 1 National Championship and wins in the IME Euro Series and Winter Cup. 2020 saw Bearman making the step up to singular-seater racing in the ADAC Formula 4 Championship, as well as several rounds in Italian F4. He took a victory during this time and stood on the podium several times throughout the year. The following year, Bearman once again competed in Formula 4, as well as a full season of Italian F4. He won both of these, taking 17 wins out of 39 races, securing his promotion to Formula 3 with the Prima team. His F3 campaign started strongly, and despite only standing on the top step of the podium once during the year, he finished third overall in the standings. This was enough to see him promoted to Formula 2, where he currently races. It was during his 2022 Formula 3 season that Bearman was signed up to the Ferrari Young Driver Academy, which allowed him to secure a reserve driver role for the Scuderia and HAAS team. Bearman quickly found himself in a Formula 1 car. He made his debut in October 2023 at a private test hosted by Ferrari and at an actual F1 race weekend later that month, taking up FP1 duties in the HAAS at the Mexican Grand Prix. Despite Bearman's 2024 Formula 2 campaign not going so well, he sits 15th in the standings at the time of writing, he secured his F1 race debut at the Saudi Grand Prix, substituting for Carlos Sainz at Ferrari, who had fallen ill earlier in the weekend. He impressed on his race debut, qualifying 11th and finishing 7th in the race, taking 6 points despite only having one free practice session to become acclimated with the track and car. This result saw him become the youngest driver to score points on their debut. Later in the year, it was announced that he had signed a multi-year deal with HAAS, ensuring his position on the grid in 2025. Son of motorcycle legend Mick Doohan, Jack, like many, started his journey to Formula 1 in karting. Hailing from Australia, he took back-to-back victories in the Australian Karting Championship in 2015 and 2016, and played third overall in the CIK FIA Karting European Championship the following year. By the age of 15, he had made the leap to single-seater racing, taking a seat with Arden in the British F4 Championship. He took his first single-seater win in the same year at Thruxton, along with two others throughout the season, finishing the year in 5th place. 2019 saw Doohan promoted to Formula 3 by way of the F3 Asian Series. It's here he took 5 wins and second overall in the championship. The following year, he repeated this feat with second place in the standings once again. His FIA Formula 3 Championship season in 2020 saw a momentary blip in his progress through the junior ranks. Jack scored no points and ended the season in 26th position overall. This changed the following year, however. Once again, Doohan took multiple wins and finished the year in second place. This was enough to promote him to Formula 2. 2022 saw Doohan in his first full-length season, racing for Virtuosi Racing. He took 3 pole positions and stood on the top step of the podium 3 times, with a further 3 podiums, resulting in 6th place in the standings overall. The following year, despite having fewer poles and podiums, he scored more points and finished the season in 3rd place overall. The majority of Jack's single-seater career was spent as a part of the Red Bull Driver Academy. In 2021, he decided to leave Red Bull and join the Alpine program. He made his first FP1 debut with Alpine in 2022 at the Mexican Grand Prix. Since the end of 2022, Doohan has been the test and reserve driver for Alpine. Shortly after Esteban Ocon was announced to be parting ways with the team at the end of the year, Doohan was revealed to have been signed for a 2025 race seat alongside Pierre Gasly. If you're enjoying the video, please consider giving it a like and hitting the subscribe button to see more F1 content like this. "18-year-old Kimi Antonelli's rise to Formula 1 has been extraordinary. He started karting in 2014 at the age of 7. He competed in multiple championships every year and had a vast array of wins and top 3 series finishes throughout. 2021 saw Antonelli step up to single-seater motorsport with Prima in the Italian F4 Championship. Despite only taking part in roughly half the season, Antonelli still managed 10th overall and scored 3 podiums. He followed this up by absolutely dominating the championship a year later, with 13 wins, 14 poles and 15 podiums, finishing over 100 points ahead of his nearest rival. At the same time, Antonelli was also racing in the ADAC Formula 4 Championship, which he also dominated, taking 9 wins and finishing on the podium in all but 3 races. 2023 saw a move to Formula Regional, taking part in both the European and Middle Eastern Championships. Antonelli won both of these championships comfortably and secured a promotion to Formula 2, where he races today. Like Oliver Bearman, who happens to be his teammate in Formula 2, Antonelli's F2 season got off to a tricky start. As the season has progressed, however, he has started to pick up traction and secured several wins and podiums. Antonelli has been a part of the Mercedes junior team since 2018, and his career has been supported by Toto Wolff ever since he was in karting. With Lewis Hamilton's shock announcement that he was moving to Ferrari in 2025, there was a great deal of speculation about who would fill the vacated seat at Mercedes. After a tricky F1 debut at Monza in FP1, where he crashed early in the session, it was officially revealed that Antonelli would be driving for Mercedes in 2025. Now that we're into the latter half of the season, almost all of the teams have their driver lineups locked in for 2025. The only exception to this are RB and Sauber. It's widely believed that Liam Lawson will be racing in the V-Carb next year, having been a part of the Red Bull Academy for a considerable amount of time, along with some impressive results while filling in for an injured Daniel Ricciardo. There is also believed to be a stipulation in his contract stating that Red Bull has to find him a drive for 2025 or he is allowed to go elsewhere. Thanks to comments from Helmut Marko, it's speculated that an announcement will be made on his future around the Singapore and United States Grand Prix. The other team yet to secure its future lineup is Sauber, only a few years away from becoming the full Audi Works team. Incumbent driver Valtteri Bottas is widely believed to be the favourite to retain his seat since a management change put ex-Ferrari leader Mattia Binotto in charge of the Swiss outfit. In recent weeks, Gabriel Bortoleto's name has been increasingly linked with the team. The current F2 Championship leader and McLaren Jr. also took the top spot in 2023's Formula 3 Championship and is on a run of high form at the moment. McLaren has stated that should the offer of a seat come his way, they wouldn't stand in his way, and Bortoleto is now seen as the frontrunner should the team decide to go with youth over experience. What do you think of the rookies on the 2025 grid? Do any of them stand out to you as a future world champion? And what about Liam Lawson and Bortoleto? Do you think that they will be on the grid next year? Let us know in the comments.